Yo guys, I ran 100 charts and around 11 voyages to see whether or not the new mechanic is really profitable. In this video, I'll break down the strategy and the results.
So the strategy is originally from Milky BK. Please make sure you guys check out the description. I'll link his video down below. But essentially, I bought a bunch of charts at 150% plus quantity. I bought the charts for around 6 chaos each, so 600 chaos in total. Also needed to buy exalted orbs, alchemy orbs, and scouring orbs because we're going to be rolling strong boxes. Essentially, you just want to run the charts as fast as possible, rolling strong boxes, and picking up any other loot. So let me just show you guys how to run a chart. Make sure you have auto lanterns enabled. Essentially, every time you put down a lantern, you're going to get a green flame, and that green flame is going to be pointing to some kind of loot or rare monster. So you just want to follow all of the green flames. One thing you can do to make the flames a little easier to see is if you come into options and then look for number of lights, make sure that it's set to low. For some reason, this makes the flames a lot easier to see. So it's pointing downwards. So that's the direction we're going to go. And here we got some gold piles. Next is pointing to the right. So we're going to follow on to the right. Now I'm going to try to speed this up a little. This is generally how you want to do it. You don't even really need to kill these monsters because they pretty much drop no loot. Next, the flame is pointing upwards, so we're going to go there. Sometimes the flame does point to a monster, which can be annoying, but there's nothing else you can really do. Really, I should just skip all of these monsters and go straight to the pod. As you can see here, it looks like the flame was actually pointing to the rare monster. So yeah, that's pretty much how you run it. Try to do as many charts as you can, as this is a chart per hour strategy. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you have the maximum amount of voyages, and you won't be able to run any charts unless you empty these out. So I only did the speed running strategies that he talks about, but pretty much what you do is you type in strongbox, you put it in the middle. I only have regular additional strongboxes here, but ideally you want diviners, operative, or arcanists. So you put it in the middle, and then you just want to stack max quantity on your adjacent areas, like so. So all four of these adjacent areas are now going to have additional strong boxes with juiced quant. Now, there's supposedly a bug with charts and voyages in general where map modifiers are not actually working, even though they say they are applied. I'm not sure how true this actually is. I've not really tested this properly, but I just run the quant because at the time they pretty much cost the same as a regular chart. So let's move on to the results. After 100 charts and around 11 voyages, we gain 33 div, majority of the loot coming from raw currency and scarabs. So moving on to our spreadsheet, total cost was around 6.4 div, majority of that coming from the charts themselves. I did have to go back for exalted orbs quite a few times. Scouring orbs and alchemy orbs we pretty much oversustained. So total time to run was around 2 hours and 38 minutes. Moving on to the profit breakdown, we dropped 22 messages in a bottle. For some reason, Wealthy Exile does not include messages in a bottle, so I priced them out individually. We dropped around 22 and I sold for around 49C each, giving us another 8.6 div. If we math it all out, total profit is 13.2 per hour. Including the lock, that would take us up to 31.6 div per hour. So let's go over the positives and negatives. Firstly, there's pretty much zero setup. It's just buying the chart and running them. It can be done on a very budget build. You just need to be able to go fast. You drop a ton of gold so you can set up King's March for free for some easy passive income. And if the map modifiers are actually bugged and are not working, then the strategy could actually be insane if that gets fixed. Negatives, it's a high variance strategy, but with a lot of jackpot potential since we're going to be rolling strong boxes. And the sunken loot chests from the league mechanic itself are quite juicy. I've heard people dropping mirrors from them, and it's also where I drop my lock. In general, it's very low juice, so it's pretty boring. Having a high investment character doesn't really feel too good. And of course, finally, selling scarabs is very tedious. Overall, I think the strategy is pretty good if you're just starting out in the league or have a low budget character. Otherwise, I think there are better farms that are more consistent in terms of profit and also have jackpot potential. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, leave them down below. I'll be streaming every day testing a bunch of other farms, So if you guys have any other recommendations, let me know. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys in the next one.